Hello everyone and now welcome. Welcome to a game between Colorful versus Tho. This game taking place here on Autumn Leaves. On the bottom left hand side of the map we have Colorful spawning as the blue Night Elf. Meanwhile on the top right hand side of the map we have Tho spawning as the red human. Human versus Night Elf in a 1v1 matchup as things are now getting underway. Altar of Kings, Barracks Farm getting into position here. Meanwhile, we are getting up Ancient of War, Altar of Elders, and Moonwells. Nothing too out of the ordinary at the start of this particular matchup. Well, a couple of things to note. North versus South maps, I realized that with the introduction of widescreen, really changes, really changes like the matchups and what you're able to micro and what you're able to see. I don't know. It seems so strange to say back in the day, but back in the day when Warcraft 3 was originally released, what 18 years ago? Yeah, it's been that long. The majority of the monitors were 4:3 aspect ratio. So well, you would only see from like these extra wings areas here, you wouldn't actually see any of that additional real estate. So having fights, you had this small window, and it wasn't really as stretched out. Now that I'm casting more and more games, games like Echo Isle, Terranistan, the majority of those fights are fighting against east versus west, right? Not talking culturally, I'm just saying left side versus right, and you can catch a lot of the battle going on and the back lines and how people are fighting. What I've found as a
A
caster
player's
here
forces
on
are under
Autumn Leaves and
attack.
some of the other
The
maps
town
as
is under
well is
siege.
that it's hard to actually see everything that's going on in the back lines. That may be one of the reasons why the aspect ratio or the zoom is now further back, so you can actually see the back lines of armies in a fight. Otherwise, if you zoom in, which I hopefully will not do, but may end up doing on accident, when you zoom in, it really just it changes how much you can keep track of in this game.
A
Anyways,
player's
AM
forces
on the
are
way
under
over here
attack.
onto the bottom left-hand side of the map. Keeper of the Grove is also over here as well, putting in a little bit of pressure. The conversation between Archmage and Archmage was one of those things where the official lore of World of Warcraft
The
decreed
town is under
that it is
siege.
the Archmage, right? It is the Archmage in World of Warcraft. I also happen to be in the camp that a lot of the focus and a lot of the retconning and the shift of attention of World of Warcraft took away from Warcraft 3, and makes me also partially not want to uh, or makes me want to say, you know what, Warcraft 3, even though it
Player's
happens in
forces
the
are under
same world,
attack.
is a different game, and this will be my not not so
The town is under
an
siege.
indirect what indirect stance or indirect protest. That's the word I was trying to find. Maybe lower SFX a bit. All right, hold on. Let me see. Uh, Are the game sounds? Sound effects volume? Okay. All right. Okay. Save. Game.
A
All
player's
right.
forces are under attack.
Coming back to Keeper of the Grove, still looking to engage here. Yeah, feels like things are just getting trained up. And what is this? Dual Ancients of War. Okay, Colorful actually going for Dual Ancients of War here. And that is not what I was expecting in this battle at all. Altar of Elders, triple Moonwells here, Keeper of the Grove, and this is all off of Tier 1. Colorful actually putting pressure onto Tho, and Tho is going to be getting
A
up a Scout
player's
Tower here,
forces are under
and
attack.
he's also perhaps going to be trying to go into Arcane Towers as well, but an Ancient Protector is already coming from behind through the trees. This is going to be a lot of early aggression here, as there are already Huntresses out onto the battlefield. All right, coming back through, Huntress is going to continue to engage here. Water Elemental now making their way back out. Double Water Elementals here. However, the Water Elementals quickly cleaned up by those Huntresses. More Glaive bounce damage coming back across, but one Footman able to escape with its life. Huntresses Shadow melding here. The timing on this attack, well, first Nightfall, Night Elf players have been abusing this since day number 2. I wouldn't say day number 1 because perhaps a lot of Night Elf players didn't know how exactly to do that here, as the Footmen are still looking to engage once more. Shadow Hunters, or excuse me, Huntresses hiding in the shadows with that Shadow meld here. Archers hiding back down across here, as we're looking at 2 Scout Towers already in position. And, well, this one Huntress, well, very low on hit points, just staying right there. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Keeper of the Grove saying, you know what? Normally, if you're, oh wow, look at that, 3 very low hit point units here. Hunter's gonna try to finish off one Footman down. Another Footman could have been easily finished off. There goes another 8 hit point unit able to escape. 21 hit point unit able to escape as well. There goes one Footman once more. Keeper of the Grove looking on the hunt for level 3, as we're looking at the Ancient Protector perhaps going to be able to root itself over and start putting in a little bit of pressure once more. All right, another Footman now taking down Keeper of the Grove just shy of level 3. There are plenty of Wisp hiding out here. Dual Ancients of War, Glaive Thrower now getting thrown in, as well as we are still at tier 1. All right, 39 supply compared to 37. The expansion is up and operational. Additional gold will though be able to hold on to this expansion here, as the Ancient Protectors are now ready to eat their way through. Additional Ancient Protectors are being placed behind, and this is going to be absolutely key and critical, as the Ancient Protector pop and shows up straight up out of the wood. All right, here we are. There it is. That Ancient Protector is going to root itself and now going to be able to start to engage once more. All right, little bit of damage, lots of damage being just thrown right on in here. And this is one of those situations where it feels like the forest is attacking you. And yes, that is absolutely the case. Glaive throwers able to shoot straight up through those trees and then rack up some of that damage. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Glaive throwers now putting in pressure here once more. Wisp are in protection, dropping in a Water Elemental straight up behind the tree line, not realizing, hey, wait a second, I have an army of Wisps over here as well. Let me just leave these Wisps on auto repair, and suddenly that Water Elemental said, you know what, I really do not long to be here at all. Footman going to get taken out there. Keeper of the Grove, however, still staying at level 2. Units going to try to push their way through. Massive repairs are underway still. Footman now throwing up Defend as well, but that is going to make them a little bit more vulnerable to the Huntresses. And on that Glaive bounce damage with their fast speed, those hit and run tactics. Wisps need to make their way over. Fortified armor, Ancient Protectors doing an easy job trying to just hang on right here, as low hit point Footman getting taken down. Glaive throwers bouncing, and, well, not bouncing, just splashing so much damage straight up right there, as another Footman gets entangled. Multiple Footmen going to get destroyed here, as the Keeper of the Grove holds on with level 2 entangled to finish off more of those units. Another Ancient Protector could perhaps try and make its way back over and open things up again. And this might be exactly what's happening here, as this expansion is in a bit of distress. Double guard towers, 1 arcane tower. However, the superior range of these Ancient Protectors should be more than enough. And this tier 1 push, and maybe tower attempt day here, as the Footmen are just absolutely getting destroyed. Guard tower trying to poke out to this Ancient Protector. However, guard tower now taken out here. Keeper of the Grove continuing this fight and engagement. Glaive thrower now being forced to retreat back, but there's plenty of Wisp. 4 Wisp on standby with the repairs. Army size off over here. This is a great strategy by Colorful. Colorful actually went very heavy on the Wisps early on, and now only has 12 Wisps, which is the normal number of Wisps. He trained Wisps early on, and then he was able to collect a large amount of lumber all across the field here, and then when the time came and the position was needed, he was already ready. All right, 1 Wisp getting taken down there, not realizing, hey, that guard tower is actually within range here. Huntress is going to finish off, there you go, finishing off more of those units. Are we going to see another Water Elemental perhaps push this Keeper of the Grove all the way back? Blood Mage, Rifleman, all of those peasants now perhaps trying to repair here. And now what are we looking at? We are looking at a whole bunch of towers ready to move on off to the north here. Tree of Life now already at Tree of Ages. Gonna go into a little bit of healing, perhaps try to get Nature's Blessing to
player's
move these
forces
units
are
off
under
to the
attack.
north as the Arcane Tower with that very long range able to really rack up some damage. Water Elementals getting dropped here. Wisp now need to retreat back. Where is the army? Panda now going to be joining in on the fight as the Riflemen are saying, you know what? It is our day to shine. Let's shoot some Huntresses, only to see now a Panda joining alongside of that Keeper of the Grove. Massive repairs are underway. All right here, Militia now being called back over. Repairs are still coming back over as the Militia have dove straight on into the Glaive Doors here. Ancient Protector 1 gonna get taken down. AP2 about to get taken down as well as the Archmage gets up to level 3. Entangle onto a Rifleman. A lot of problems as both Glaive Doors were able to be saved, but the APs will get taken out. Militia getting called back over. Archmage with a lot of presence here. Panda, Breath of Fire goes across multiple units. Siphon Mana shutting down that Keeper of the Grove. More Treants joining in on the battle. No Entangle as the Blood Mage, as it was on cooldown, and the Blood Mage able to siphon out plenty of mana. Archmage going to be able to drop off some more as well. Keeper of the Grove pretty much out of mana. Archmage getting entangled right in that position once more as we're looking still more siphon mana away from that Panda. Blood Mage acting as the hero shutdown king as the Panda now gets up to level 2, perhaps with Drunken Brawler to add in a little bit more damage. So far, 29 supply going up against those 45. The expansion never truly fell, but is going to come up a bit short. Beautiful job by Tho reading the situation and deciding to back off, live and fight another day. And well, that may be it. Um, dying another day is Tho, as Colorful now retreating back here. Archmage is at 3, Blood Mage is at 2, Panda was taken out already, needs to get resurrected. Level 2 Panda will resurrect fairly quickly. Clarity Potions coming back out across, but the economic advantage and now the pressure coming across here as Colorful, will he be able to hold on to his own expansion? It does not look like it. Tree of Life finally, Tree of Life of Colorful was up and operational. One more shot. No, the repairs still enough here as we're looking at Entangles going down onto the mortar teams. So much damage coming back across the other way. Treants could end up getting taken down. Mortar teams trying to shut down the Tree of Life off on the other side. More siphon mana away as the Keeper of the Grove unable to do much of anything right here as we see a scroll of healing being popped just in time. Keeper of the Grove trying to retreat back as well. Does have potions of healing. That mortar team down to 27, down to 20 hit points, and he does end up getting entangled to death. All of the mortar teams were entangled to death right there, giving a little bit of hope for Colorful's expansion to stick around a little while longer. But the army size of Tho, well, has something to say about that. Why didn't he uproot? Because he had a fully entangled gold mine. Uprooting the Tree of Life at that point and stage in the game would also expose him to the Riflemen. Only the mortar teams were doing bonus damage. The footmen couldn't get in there. As soon as he uproots, Riflemen and Archmage and even the water elementals themselves would start dealing maximum damage. Panda now back out onto the battlefield, ready to push in on that pressure. Archmage going to engage here. Footmen trying to retreat back here. Panda trying to get within a range of Breath of Fire onto all of those units, but doesn't necessarily have the mana because the Blood Mage has constantly been shutting it down. Staff of Preservation saving the Panda as the units are retreating back once more. So far, Riflemen, Footmen continuing to fight back again here. Archmage pushing pressure on that Keeper of the Grove, trying to zone him out again. And this is a situation that you do not only one mortar team, everything else would end up dealing bonus damage to that Tree of Life. And are we going to be getting repairs? Breath of Fire across multiple units again. Panda had a little bit of mana, and well, that is slowly getting, well, sucked away as though able to hold off against the tower defense, or well, the tower rush, be able to defend himself, get to tier 2, get up that Blood Mage, and once that Blood Mage was out onto the battlefield, was able to just simply do his thing. Colorful with an aggressive 2 AOW Huntress push, looked like he was about to break Tho's expansion, but no, Tho able to come back over the top and secure the victory. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and why don't you try out that strategy yourself, see how difficult it is to actually execute at that level, getting the most out of all of those units. See you guys next time.